I've got this installed with the headliner bracket on here. You can see it just kind of slid up in here into the headliner. I've also flipped this over so the wires came out the top. This looks a little bit neater. Now your power is down in the corner here. You wouldn't have to do it that way, but I think it looks a little nicer. This is just a standard off-the-shelf cup holder mount. You can buy these pretty much anywhere. Sticks into your cup holder. It's designed for phones, but it works just fine for this unit as well. Pop in there. That. And then, because these are rectangles, you can just flip these the other way. Normally they face this way. You just flip them the other way and now they're up and down. Actually, it does also fit the other way, horizontally, but I think this is a little bit more out of your way, so it's not, like, for example here, it's not in the way of the shift. What I'm going to do is do a short test here. So I got one output here on. I'm going to short that output to ground. See, immediately the output turns off. The indicator here for that button starts flashing, telling you, hey, I've got a short on this output. As soon as I remove the ground short from that, it will start to turn back on again. So it's continuously testing it to see if there is an overcurrent situation, and it'll just reset the fuse. If you had other lights on when that was happening, you can see it has no effect on the other lights. So if you have one output that's shorted or failed or something like that, the rest of the system continues to work. There's a bunch of high current halogen bulbs which are hooked up to the SB44 just to show the current handling capabilities and how it will error out if you overcurrent it. So two of these bulbs put together are hooked up to each output, and that equals about 4 amps at the input voltage that I have it set to. So if I keep adding buttons here, okay, I got all of them on now, and what that ended up doing was putting way over current. So what it does is it'll actually turn off whatever buttons it needs to, starting in the top left and going right, until it reaches a current limit that's acceptable. So something below 15 amps, which is the average current limit. Now the system can handle actually 30 amps peak, but 15 amps average. And it will error out at that. So if you start going above that, it'll flash the lights. See, it turned off that one. Oh, that wasn't enough. It turned off this one. Oh, that's enough. So now it's going to wait a second. It's going to retest that load again to see if it's still an overcurrent situation. If it is, it'll turn them off again. So what you can do is you can turn off loads here, and then it will stop doing that. This is a little bit messy, but I've got this hooked up to demo that you could hook up the activation wire from a Siren to the SB44-8. So I've got an SS651 amplifier here without the control head hooked in, and I got the output of number 8 set up as a negative side switch, and then I have it hooked up to the whale input of the Siren. So you have that one button that can control your Siren, and then all the rest of these would just still be whatever else you want them to be.